Gloucester, a city in the west of England near the Cotswolds. Alright, me lovely. And all that stuff. Best known for its 11th century cathedral, the site on which the city is built has been occupied since 48 AD. The year 48. That's bonkers. And it's also home to one of the oldest music festivals, the Three Choirs Festival, which is still going to this day. Notable musicians hailing from Gloucester include Dynamite MC. I've never heard of them, but they sound like the bomb. Shocking. Janet Evra, a jazz musician, Linville Golding, Mary Jess Leverland, Tina May, who is a jazz vocalist, and Nathan Sykes from the boy band The Wanted. It's also the birthplace of Simon Pegg, the actor slash filmmaker, who based the location of his film Hot Fuzz on the surrounding area of Gloucestershire.
It's all about the greater good.
The greater good. How can this be for the greater good?
What a movie. Iconic. But as cool as all of that is, there's only one question on my mind. With all these notable musicians and old-time music festivals, what's it like for street music? Yes, folks, there is only one way to find these things out. Here is how I got on busking in Gloucester. Woo! Now then, it's been a minute. Welcome to Gloucester, Cathedral City in the West Country. It looks nice. This cathedral's pretty cool. Of course, I'm here to check out the Busking, and from what I've seen on Google Maps, it looks pretty good. I've only been here once before, and it was for a brief gig, and we were in and out. Let's have a look at the rules for busking in Gloucester. The rules for busking in Gloucester. Gloucester City Council provides us with a busking code of practice, which in terms of layout and design is one of the better, more simple leaflets we've seen recently. And for that, I'm truly grateful. They state that busking and other street entertainment creates vibrancy and adds colour to the street scene for visitors and local people. Colour and vibrancy provider. Next time somebody asks me what I do for a living, that's my answer. Busking is not against the law, but on occasions, however, busking / entertaining can become intrusive, annoying, or disturbing, or maybe all three. They go on to say that they recommend complying to this code of practice in order to be a good neighbour when using the city centre.
Idly-ho, neighborinos.
Freaking love The Simpsons. You can't beat the classics. So they lay out their guidelines into do's and don'ts. So let's get into the do's. Do, push pineapple, shake a tree. Number 1, wherever possible, call 01452 528 796 or email this email address that's on the screen to book your pitch. I didn't do this and all was fine for me. This is a formality that some councils put in place, but from my experience, the best way to do these things is just to show up and organise amongst your fellow buskers who's going to play where and when. If pitch swapping and sharing is needed, then it will just happen, as long as you're all good people. The council, I don't think, really needs to get involved in that. Number 2, busking hours are between 10 AM and 8 PM. Number 3, dress in a manner / style that's not likely to cause offence. Begging is not allowed. I wonder how far you can take this. Like, can you wear one of those banana outfits? Does that offend banana enthusiasts? Number 4, stop when requested to do so by the police or a council officer. Number 5, they recommend getting public liability insurance if you're a non-musical performer, e.g. juggler, fire eater, unicyclist, stilt walkers. What about performers that blow fire from a tuba? Number 6, amplification is allowed, but they recommend under 30 watts. Number 7, ensure that you can't be heard from 50 meters away. Don't be obtrusively loud, is what they should probably write. There's no need to bring your measuring tape and do a 50-meter vicinity walk. Number 8, move to another location when asked to do so if your entertainment conflicts with another event or activity. Number 9, limit CD, DVD or tape sales to a small display case. I wonder if this means that you don't need a street trader's license. Interesting. Okay, next up are the don'ts. Number 1, don't busk for longer than 1 hour in one location. And then don't return to that location for 2 hours. Note, particularly noisy entertainers, i.e. bagpipes.
Oh, what am I meant to do? Got a bagpipe problem.
And drums, they recommend only 30 minutes per location. Dang, bagpipes. I'm just kidding, by the way. I like the bagpipes.
You'll know that I've encountered bagpipes before.
What? No, I do. I'm being serious. A crazy instrument. Number 2, don't bring animals whilst performing. Number 3, don't cause obstruction to the highway. Number 4, don't set up adjacent to shop/office entrances. Number 5, don't make use of street furniture. I love that it's called street furniture. It just doesn't, like, I would never have thought that that's what it would be called. Number 6, don't busk within 50 meters of another busker. Number 7, this just says don't cause obstruction again. Number 8, don't be offensive. Number 9, no antisocial behavior. Number 10, don't busk under the influence of alcohol, solvents, or drugs. Number 11, don't give out flyers. Number 12, don't litter. And finally, number 13, don't sell items unrelated to your performance. Just in case you were gonna flog those bootleg DVDs that you got back in the early 2000s. But there you have it. Gloucester City Council's guidelines aren't too bad. No, not too bad at all. Be kind, be thoughtful, and be a good neighbour.
Hello, neighborino to the north. I sure like the cut of your gibberish.
I had absolutely no issues in regards to any of these guidelines, as you're about to see. I did, however, have some other issues, as you're about to see. So let's get on with my day in Gloucester. Spot number 1.
Woke up by me. It's in the morning, on and on by the time I'd hit.
When I arrived in Gloucester, I thought, what a grand place. Nice cathedral, old architecture, a huge pedestrian-only city centre with plenty of opportunities for busking. I mean, what could go wrong, right? What could possibly go wrong?
It's bloody raining, isn't it? It's raining. I've literally just put my stuff out and it started raining. Shocking. It was going so well. I'm so gutted. Hopefully it's just a quick burst. It said light showers, maybe. So hopefully this is a light shower. Oh well. Can't control the weather.
That's right, folks. An array of grey clouds slowly made their way over, and it began to rain down on me. Literally just as I set up. I've said it before, the weather is literally the only thing that has rains on you as a busker. It's the one thing that most certainly wins when it comes to whether you're gonna be playing or not.
Oh Lord, when it rains and pours.
Okay, decision time. Do I try and find somewhere that's under shelter? Or do I just set up and hope that it doesn't really rain hard? This is my protection. Shocking, I can't believe it started raining.
Luckily, the clouds rolled out as quickly as they'd rolled in. And after a few short wet moments, I was able to begin playing.
Found luck on it if and and it's crazy how lately now it just seems to come in waves.
Gloucester has a large pedestrian-only centre with plenty of busking potential. The city centre is laid out in a sort of cross shape, with each of the streets named after a cardinal direction, and then the word gate.
A logical reason. Yeah, got a sport at a food spot and a wage stepping on my check with a heart.
I decided to set up on Northgate. I'd seen a news article about another busker who said this is her favourite spot. So I thought, why not? Let's check it out. But there is also potential to set up on all of the other streets. Down Southgate, I'd recommend going outside the shopping centre entrance. This seemed to have a lot of footfall. Eastgate, I actually saw another busker set up down here later on in the day, as well as Westgate, which is where I ended up going for spot 2. Sorry for the spoiler, but you know, you're gonna find out anyway. Things actually got off to an instantly good start. Donations coming in, people smiling, singing along, stopping to watch, and then, well, then things immediately stopped again.
I don't want to say it, but it's spitting again. It's spitting rain. Thank you so much. Huh?
How are you?
I'm very good. How are you?
Student?
No.
What do you do?
I do this. This is my job.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
As you can see though, people were still in good spirits.
You wasted summer when she was old. Now it's kind of about.
I absolutely love the characters I meet whilst I'm out busking. I feel very lucky to be doing something for a living that allows me to have these kind of connections. Connections with a lot of different people, and they're positive too. They formed through a love for live music and street entertainment, and that's rad.
When it rains, it pours.
It's not something that everybody gets from their line of work, and for that I am truly grateful.
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling.
Despite the continuous threat of water falling from the sky, I had many more of these positive interactions, which were peppered with donations from the wonderful people of Gloucester.
Time. Maybe we're just trying too hard, when really it's closer than it is too far.
I even had a dude come over who asked if I would give him change for his note. He explained he didn't have any coins, but he didn't want to give me the full tenner, which is fair enough. But the whole transaction felt hilariously formal for a street musician, picking coins out my case. It was weird.
Ooh. It seems like each time I'm with you, I lose my mind.
All was good and my spirits were high, which was nice.
It's one thing to complain, but when you're driving me insane, well then I think it's time that we took a break.
I managed to play for about 40 minutes straight, no disruptions. And then yet again, I was forced to consider stopping. Dang.
Well, it's raining again, which isn't ideal. It goes hard, and mid-song, I stop the song, and I'm coming to stop to put stuff away, and it lightens up again. I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna be the sunshine. I'm gonna try to be anyway.
Yeah, the weather was being a pain. But what can you do? It's not like you can control it. At least I don't think they can, yet.
I'm in too deep, and I'm trying to keep the boat in my head, steady going
I waited it out a little, and guess what?
Hey, guess what? It's sunny again. Sun, rain, sun, rain. Oh, I can hear music. Maybe I have a fellow busker greeting me on the other side.
After an hour and a half of playing, and about 2 hours in total if you include all the stops starting, I finished up in my spot in Northgate.
It took so long for this to die, 'cause I hate it when you fake it.
It was nice to have had a successful busk, and I can definitely see the busking potential that Gloucester has to offer.
It's not easy, it seems that something said to me I'm in too deep, and I'm trying to keep the boat in my head, steady going on it, 'cause I'm in.
Now then, let's talk about spot number one. Gloucester has got like a really good centre for busking. It's got 4 streets that like convene in across, all called something gate, and they're all ideal for busking. And the vibe is like, it's a little bit Canterbury, it's a little bit Reading. It's like if Reading and Canterbury met in the middle, and then you added the West Country accent into it. But spot number one was good. I actually quite liked spot number one. I was having a good time in spot number one. Other than the rain, sun,
rain, sun, which has been the story of today, and I made a total of £26.86. Hour and a half I played, so not the worst, but not the best. Yeah, I don't know, I'm getting a weird vibe here, but it could be me, it could well be me. We'll see what spot 2 brings. Alright, spot number 2, and probably the last spot, because I have a show to do this evening in Bristol, so I can't dither and dabber. This is an in and out job. So we'll do an hour or so here and we'll see how it goes.
Never knew my old man's truck didn't run like that.
Spot number 2. After a nice little jaunt around the city centre, witnessing my fellow busker, who turned out to be a saxophone player, belting out some absolute bangers, I decided I'd set up on Westgate.
There was this girl, beer in hand, shooting a let's get into trouble quick.
If you ask me, the saxophone player must have known what he was doing, because he'd set up on Eastgate outside the other entrance to the shopping centre, and it seemed to be the busiest in terms of foot traffic. He looked like he was having a great time. Westgate, it would turn out, was probably the worst in terms of foot traffic.
Ask me why I still play this guitar. Say living that life on the road don't get you very far.
In hindsight, I kind of wish I'd set up on Southgate. But what can you do? This is why I make these videos, so you don't have to make the mistakes that I do.
Beer in hand, shooting a let's get into trouble brand.
So on the day I visited Gloucester, I was actually staying in Bristol due to being in a musical theatre production, and I had a show that night in Bristol that I had to be back for.
That was this girl, yeah, that was this girl.
As a full-time street musician, I'm not that used to time constraints. I very much live on my own time schedule. So I did feel a little bit of pressure knowing I had to be back at a certain time.
A ring could cost that much. I took 6 months on the farm before I saved up.
And I think the combination of this, mixed with the lesser footfall of the street, as well as my good old friend, the rain, it meant my vibe just started to dampen.
She's pulling me in, she's straightening me out. Now I know what love is all about. I'm still out of my mind, 'cause she's out of this world, yeah. That was this girl.
Now don't get me wrong, there was still plenty of moments of magic. Some smiles, some singing along, people stopping to watch, a few donations coming in, but on the whole, my vibe was definitely off.
This girl.
I don't know if it's coming across in the video. I am like not connecting with this busk at all. I don't know why, like maybe the weather, the fact that like I'm in this musical this evening. It's the 4th out of 5 shows, and I'm like anticipating the fact that like I've got to go and do that. The vibe seems a little off, like down the street. It keeps raining. Rain stop, rain stop. Oh, it's just like isn't going that well, and feeling a bit bummed out. I'll carry on. Got about half an hour left in this spot and probably call it a day there. So hopefully it's like a nice half hour.
The rain kept starting, spitting down for like a hot minute, and then stopping again, and the sun would emerge. It felt like pathetic fallacy, the term used when the weather reflects your mood.
Jody got married, she knows
every time I felt my energy pick back up, like things were gonna be okay, like the busk was gonna go well, something happened that just deflated me and brought me back down.
Those are the best days of mine. Oh yeah.
Busking serves as a great mystery, and I absolutely love it for its spontaneity and its unpredictability. You never know what might happen, and sometimes you don't even realize things are happening in the moment. But if a busk isn't going well and you feel yourself spiraling down and losing that energy, then sometimes it's better just to call it a day. Now then. Gloucester, Gloucester, Gloucester. Oh dear. We just documented I think the least I've ever made in a busking set, at least on video. Whoa. Good catch, good catch. Yeah, that didn't go very well. In terms of donations and in terms of my energy and mood, that was pretty appalling. I think I'm tired. I've been doing this show in Bristol, this musical, that if you haven't heard about, I got asked to do a musical after some directors saw me busking in Bristol. And it's been incredible, it's been insane. But it's late nights, it's late night shows, and tonight's the 4th show. We've got 5 to do. I think I'm just tired and I can't summon the energy to get a good busking. So set 2 there, I made £6.64 in an hour. Which, if you're a regular to this channel, you will know isn't much compared to usual. But I'm not going to be ungrateful. I'm still stoked on what I get to do for life. I said to some of the fellow actors in the musical about how much I usually earn as a busker, and they were like in disbelief. And then I was busking in Bristol the other day, and I only made £25 after busking for 2.5 hours. And they were all like, wow, that's amazing. £25 in 2.5 hours. And it made me realise, like, you know, there isn't an equivalent for actors. They haven't really got, you know, you could do some street entertainment acting, but it's probably not going to have the same effect. And it just made me feel really lucky that I get to do this. So today's total is nothing crazy. The train ticket here was £11.65, so you can minus that off the total. But at least we're in profit, I guess. Now I'm going to head back to Bristol because I've got a musical to do. And on that note, it's starting to rain again. Right, off to future me. Hopefully I'm in a better mood. Dearie, oh dearie, dearie me. Now, before we go writing off Gloucester and deciding that no one is ever going to busk there ever again, let's be clear, busking is always different. There are places I've busked in and had some incredible times with huge donations, and then I've returned to the same place on a later day only to have the complete opposite experience, and one that looks more like my day in Gloucester. No 2 busks are ever the same. All we can do as buskers is perform our hearts out in hopes to lift the spirits of an otherwise dreary city centre or dull high street of a town. I'm sure there are people who have gone to Gloucester and done incredibly well. And you could be one of them, and so could I. It just turned out that it wasn't this day for me. When I did, however, return from Gloucester, I received a really kind message from someone who'd seen me performing that day, saying that seeing me had lifted them out of a dark place. It made me reflect on the day and think that no matter the total of the donations, no matter what the weather was doing, the real work had still been done. I still fulfilled my true role. Consider that colour and vibrancy provided. Thank you for watching this video. If you are a regular busker in Gloucester, leave any advice that I might have missed in the comments below. And if you've had a particularly good day in Gloucester, then please let us know. It's good to balance these things out. Give this video a like if you liked it, and hit subscribe. Oh my goodness, we are so close to that 1,000. Woo! Can we do it before May? Is that too ambitious? And if you are a true fan, turn the notifications on. I am August Radio Project. I make videos, they come out every Monday. Until the next one, maybe watch the one on the screen or go and check out the many others on my channel. I will see you in the next one. Peace, love, happiness. See you later. Bye-bye now.